What I'm seeing is that we'll start with your energy. We have both the High Priestess and the Empress on the board. So you may be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This may be high in your chart. And maybe you're a cross watcher. And what I'm seeing is that you are in this energy where you're working on your creativity, your earth missions and stuff, as in like you're being present in your world while at the same time developing your intuition and spiritual gifts. And what I'm seeing is you're hoping that your person comes back to you and sees how well you've been doing, how much healing you've accomplished, how much passion you have been working on, and how the sun is coming towards you, how you're becoming abundant. You want them to come back and see that, and you want them to get in the water with you. And I'm seeing that you're trying to find your balance. This is Temperance, between these two states of the Six of Cups and the Eight of Cups, where you're wishing that this person would come back and would be there with you, actually do the work of a soulmate, be in the sun with you, dance in the sun with you. But you're also realizing that you'll have to walk away. It's like this adventure was full of potential and has helped you rise and find yourself in this space, right? Like get to this point where you have grown enough to do all of this, but you realize that you cannot stay in your head. You cannot stay in your hope. If this is going to be love, real love, it has to be shared. It has to be real. It has to be concrete. But this is just water for now. It's just hope and tears and manifestations, but there's no concreteness. And that's what you're seeking. And you're realizing that perhaps this person just can't give that to you. And you're trying to find your balance where you're trying to see whether you could find just a way to focus on yourself and the things that you can control, right? We'll go into the energy of your person. Your person is coming up as the King of Cups. So they're also feeling a lot. It's also a little bit watery for them as well, right? But what I'm seeing is they're not thinking about it. They're not talking about it, I mean. They feel a lot. They want to talk about it. With the Eight of Wands here, they want to kind of rush in and talk about it. I'm seeing that normally I would say that the Eight of Wands means that they are going to, like, this is communication coming in. And if you were paying attention when I was shuffling and putting the cards down, you may have seen that I had the Eight of Wands in the Union's energy first, and then I moved it to your person's energy. And I think that was purposeful, right? Your person is trying to, decide. They're feeling a calling to make contact with you. But I think what I'm seeing is what they have to say to you is not something that you'll be happy to hear. And so they just then hesitate between coming into the Union's energy and talking to you and just kind of fantasize about it with the King of Cups here. Just trying to, it's kind of like they're trying to, they may be ghosting you right now, like not talking to you, just out of the blue. But it's really because they're trying to do the right thing in terms of not actually saying the words that would hurt you. I mean, it's the truth, and it's really kind of like things that you can get from their behavior in terms of if you're talking to someone and instead of replying to you, they ghost you, then their actions already tell you what they're trying to tell you, which is, I no longer want to talk to you, at least for the time being. I'll let you know basically when I want to talk to you again. And so, but I see that they're doing that because, and they hesitate between coming in and saying anything because, like, they want to come back because it feels like they've done this before. And they're really kind of feeling the calling to do that. But they also don't want to come in, as in, to say the things that it's hard for them to say because they know they'll disappoint you, which is basically that they have another commitment that they have to take care of. And that right now they're in this Four of Pentacles energy where they are, they're kind of holding tightly to where they are. So maybe they have found a little way to kind of make some money, or like maybe a new job or whatever, and they really don't want to complicate things by changing it. Even though they do feel a lot, because they coming up as the King of Cups, right? Here, to pull up some the Rider-Waite. See, the World. I was saying it's like a cycle with them. Coming in, they want to come in with an apology, but they'd rather not say anything. And I see that that's a cycle that their ancestors are trying to get them to break out of. And they really, like I said, as the King of Cups, with the Ace of Cups, they really want to come in and they feel so much. And I'm seeing this as like them also being aroused. And they hesitate. They feel like a fool. Because it's like they can't break out of that cycle. Wanting to say something, not being able to say it because they feel like it's the best, but then also still feeling like it's not the best because they can't beat this feeling that keeps telling them, like, you keep doing this to them, you keep doing this to your person, you keep doing this to your person, and they don't like it. And they know that. They know you don't like it, but they still feel like it's the best decision. In the energy of the union, I'm seeing that we have Maasa here, which is the Lovers card in this deck. And we have the Moon in reverse, the Chariot, and Justice in reverse. What I'm hearing is that love persists in this situation, as in both of you still know that this is real. And I'm here that your person understands that they are the one who will have to come in and talk about all of these things that they've hidden from you. I see that there's so much that you don't know. And you don't know both good things and bad things in terms of what your person is planning in terms of this union. And also some of the things that have happened in the past that you don't know about. And your person knows they have to be the one to restore balance in the relationship. But I see that you see it though, even though they're not talking to you in order to know this, you see it more of it takes two to tango. So you may have reached a certain level of maturity where you realize that it wasn't all your person's fault. And that's something you would want to tell them. But I see that at this point, you being in your Empress energy and in your High Priestess energy, I feel like that you understand very clearly everything that's happening. So maybe you are a High Priestess in the sense that you are connected to your spiritual gifts and you are able to tap into their energy to understand what's happening. Maybe you use any type of divination tools to do so, but I don't see you worried. I see you with the temperance and these water cards here. What I'm seeing is that you're trying to find your balance, but it's not about your mind. Like, you understand what's happening. It's just your emotions, because it's like at the end of the day, we can do what we can in terms of love and all of that. Like, we can do what we can in terms of understanding how to act. We can always make the best decisions for ourselves, but we can't really dictate our feelings. We can't really just say, oh, okay, this person did this to me, I'm just going to stop feeling the way that I feel about them. I feel like if that was so easy for you, you would have been done that, because I'm getting the energy that you're tired of this, and not just tired of it, but it's like the process where you're able to even get to the point where you are the High Priestess and you are the Empress is because you are is because you have been through this enough times to now know that at this point, when you are getting out of the energy of hoping and thinking that they're going to come through, you just get into your temperance mode where it's like, okay, now I have to restore balance, because for a while there, I expected them to come back, right? Please give me additional messages in terms of my viewer. The Six of Pentacles. I have the Queen of Pentacles. See the Nine of Swords. Yeah. I'm seeing you feel like you're also fighting the balance between wanting to go and like give your person a piece of your mind about the fact that you feel like they kind of cheated you out of something. You feel like you gave so much and expected a lot back, and they didn't do that. You expected them to come back and they didn't do that. It's like everything that you expected them to do. I mean, not saying that they didn't say they would do it, or like you just kind of made that up in your mind. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that you just feel like everything you did was just for nothing. Like, you just wasted your time. And you're fighting the impulse of wanting to go back and say something, and the impulse of just focusing on you. Even though you're like sad about the situation, you still you're like focusing on the things that you actually have. It's like, hey, I'm a queen and I make bank, so at the end of the day, like whatever I gave freely. I'm hearing like whatever I gave freely. So it's whatever. Yeah. Leave me some more messages for the energy of the union. Thank you. Honor, respect. Knight of Wands. Two of Cups. High Priestess again. The Empress again. Strength. And I'm seeing this on your persons. And earlier I brought up these two, and I'll share what I channeled earlier. But what I'm seeing is this is part of the cycle that your person is trying to get out of. And I'm seeing this card wants to stay in the union's energy. So I'm seeing that that's your hope. In the sense of what would represent justice for you would be, it's just started raining. What would represent justice for you would be this person finally coming back to stay. No longer in this Knight of Wands energy where they come in and out of your life, but they do decide to stay. And that is what you would think. That is what would be justice. And I'm seeing that your person wants to do that. They want that Two of Cups energy, but they want their cup to actually be filled. Be filled, not just as an Ace of Cups. You know, because the Ace of Cups is like the potential. It's not like the Ten of Cups, you know? It's like they feel like a king now, finally, because they know that being a king, a queen, is not really about the pentacles. It's just who you are now. Are you going to show up as that? Are you going to act as that? Are you going to acknowledge that you are a king? But it's like for them, they can't be a king with an empty cup. This person may be someone who's very traditional or who has grown up around people who made them believe that you can't be in a relationship, you can't be with somebody, you can't not have money, you need to focus on money first and then you can worry about relationships. And your person is seeing that. They see you though. What is clear with the Lovers and the Two of Cups, both both of them, with both of them there, I do see that your person and you both see this relationship kind of as unfinished business, but also that like you only have eyes for each other. That's what I'm seeing. Only have eyes for each other. And so you're chilling as the Empress and you're looking at everything as the High Priestess. And I see that you are following your intuition about the situation, meaning focusing on just finding your inner balance and not worrying about even contacting them or anything. Just trying to control yourself. And I'm seeing that you are doing exactly what you need to be doing. And I'm seeing that what I channeled earlier was kind of like the Empress. Like I saw the Empress as the person in the Strength card, and I was seeing that your person feels like you give them strength, like, but also that you tame them, like you tame the lion in them, which is why they see this union with you ultimately. So like whenever they even allow themselves to think about relationships, they think of you. And just as I'm saying that, like, I just got like a rush of emotion. I don't know if you can hear in my voice, like I have like the energy for this reading is very, very strong, very, very traumatic, in the sense that like it's really, I get my messages in a lot of different ways. Claircognizance is usually the easiest way for me because it's easier on my senses, but a lot of these messages are coming through my clairsentience, where I'm feeling all of the energy of this reading, and it's not fun. But I'm already here, and I was going to sleep. I don't even know if I'm going to publish this video. So if I publish it, then you get to see all of this mess going on. But yeah, I'm really seeing that your person, they see everything as well, in a sense. Like they are in their high priestess energy as well, but it's like they see the inverse of what you see. So whereas you may be focusing on kind of the higher spiritual aspect of the relationship, where you see that you already see the future, it's like people who are intuitive, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, in the sense that because you see ahead, you can see the connections in the patterns, you feel like you could just jump there because you can see it. You feel like it's just there. But your person is the person who's more tangible, in the sense that they're like, you can't just jump there. There are steps that you have to follow in order to get there, you know? And these are the steps that, like, your person, I'm sensing, it's like they're saying, like, these are the steps that we have to take in order to get there, you know? And perhaps I'm saying, like, you're already the Empress, right? I mean, they're a king, which is comparable, but I'm seeing there's still kind of the difference. The difference is not the Emperor. If anything, you have the great value Emperor, which is the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like they do feel some sort of inferiority when it comes to you, like you are doing better than them in a tangible way, right? You may not pay attention to that. Like that may not be something that is important to you, which is why you may not even see why. Like, cause like when they say things like, these are the steps, you know, we have to take, like, I have to go ahead and do this by myself. I have to go ahead and go off and go make money or whatever, or go off and do this thing, and I can't talk to you, and I can't, like, you're distracting me basically. I'm sorry if that's triggering, but it's like you both see the same thing in terms of the union. It's like your person is like, why are you making me feel so bad? Or not, you're making me feel so bad. I don't know why it's coming through that way. Maybe your person still has some healing to do in terms of not blaming you for things. And maybe you have to do the same. But more so your person in understanding, it's like they may be feeling this about themselves. You know, like they feel bad that they have to make these decisions, but they do understand because they know that they hurt you when they do that, which is why they don't want to come and talk to you about it either. But that's because, and it hurts you because you don't understand. You're like, all I want is you. And your person understands that all you want is them. Like you don't need them to do all of this work, but they understand something that you don't understand yet, or maybe you don't, that you actually do need those things. You know, perhaps you think that right now that's all you need, but eventually, and knowing the kind of person that your person is, they would never be happy until they're able to have the 10 of cups instead of the ace of cups. And so for them, it's like, you know, I can't give you wishes and promises. I want to give you something tangible. And until they get that, they won't be happy just talking to you. And that's why it's always going to be like the Knight of Wands energy, where they could just come in and tell you all of those things that they feel for you. And I'm getting like super hot now as I'm saying that. You know, they could just run in and tell you all of the things that they feel for you, but they don't, because now they're finally at this time of strength, of maturity, where they understand and listen to their ancestors as well, where they understand that they should talk to you. That is something that the ancestors are telling them, just to kind of explain what is happening, right? To actually open up and be the King of Cups, right? And they want to do that. But they still won't tell you that they want to be with you, because they still have to complete this Hierophant over here, this higher commitment, before they can come in. And they understand that they don't want to do the energy of running in and telling you how much they love you, how much they do see the Lover's energy, how much they do see the Two of Cups energy, how much they want you as the Knight of Wands. Because I'm hearing the next time is the last time. The next time is the last time. Like, they do not want for this to go through a loop again, because, or at least they don't want it to be because of them. They want to be in a position where they can try everything. Like, they can try all that they can to make it work instead of running. But they have to feel like they are in a position that is solid enough in order to do that. Wow. Okay, damn. Alright, let's get you some advice from Spirit, because we cannot, live it this way. We have Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. And then we have Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. So what I'm seeing is the advice from Spirit is, in bottom of the deck energy is Mirror Guardian, take the time to reflect. So what I'm seeing is at this time, your ancestors and guardians and guides, your ancestors and guides want you to focus on your passions, what brings you joy, what brings around you, and to focus on your soul mission at this time instead of this person or this relationship. So really what you're doing in terms of temperance, in terms of focusing on yourself and trying to find balance instead of trying to reach out or trying to fantasize about this person coming back, or this person coming back to talk to you, or this person coming back to stay with you. You should focus on yourself. And I'm seeing Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So what I'm seeing is to get into your masculine energy, you know, whether you are a man, woman, as in gender, like whatever your gender is, or non-binary. I'm speaking in terms of masculine energy, in terms of looking at the things that you want to do and taking action on them. You know, no hesitation. What are your fears? What do you want? What are you afraid of? And what do you actually desire to do in this life? And just going after that with no hesitation. And I'm seeing great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. I'm seeing that you may be a teacher of some sort, but also that what is happening in bottom of the deck energy is heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And what I'm seeing is learn from this experience with your person as a spiritual experience, not, you know, all of this. Try to find the spiritual lesson in this. And one of my upcoming videos is going to be about what lessons have you learned in your past relationship, and what lessons will you learn in your next relationship. And so keep an eye out for that. But what I'm seeing is you should learn from this connection and what is happening right now, and see it in terms of what spiritual lessons are you learning. You know, what did you just learn from what just happened? How have you grown? How has your response to what happened the most recently versus how you used to respond before? You know, so sometimes we get angry when we are stuck in a cycle and we don't understand why we're stuck in that cycle. But then we realize that what really was happening was that we had to keep going through the experience in order to keep learning. And when we actually look back at how we used to react before when something similar happened to how we react now, or how we reacted, we see that there is such a major difference. You know, perhaps whereas when this person would ghost you, you would kind of, you know, run after them, keep texting them, you know, trying to get some sort of word from them. Instead of that, you went inward in terms of balance. You're like, well, this person is not doing what I expected them to do. You know, I feel like my time is wasted, but at the end of the day, it's like whatever, because I got me and I'm doing good, you know. So instead of doing any of that, you focused on yourself. So that's something for you to commend yourself about. You know what I mean? It's like you shouldn't be. That's something that is really, really good, that you're able to look at what you're doing, look at your patterns and say, hey, you know what? This time I'm going to do something different. Because when you keep doing something that is insanity, you know, you keep doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. And right, it says 7, amplify your positive emotions. So really right now it's like focusing on what brings you pleasure, you know, what ignites your passions, what makes you happy, hope and happiness. As I'm saying that, what makes you happy, and showing gratitude and appreciation for the world around you, for the people around you, for whatever, you have in your life that brings you joy, that brings you peace. And so what I'm seeing is right now, it's all about the time to focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. So looking at the affirmation for today, as soon as I touched the deck, that's what popped up or flipped over. It says, fertility of all kinds is my birthright. I am connected to all the cycles of the land and sky. Healthy fierceness is something to be valued. Be patient, the time will come. So what I'm saying is, you're being fierce about yourself now. You're like, listen, I love you. I want you. But guess what? I love myself more. I want myself more. And I'm not interested in getting out of my energy as the high priestess and the empress and get into this low energy where I am chasing after you. I am me. I'm doing me. And that's what's going to happen. And that's beautiful. And what I'm seeing is your next, your last affirmation is, I have power and it is real. I create my destiny. I carry the greatness of my ancestors in my body and soul. So what I'm seeing is, your person is, it's not like they're wrong. They're doing what is best for them, or what they think is best for them. And therefore, you should feel free. If you have any sort of resuming guilt as you try to find your balance, whatever you think you may be doing wrong, if you feel that way, you shouldn't. Because what I'm saying is your ancestors are backing you and telling you to really just focus on the things that you have in your life that you can be grateful for. And just keep doing that. Keep producing, keep exchanging your energy and creating abundance in your life. And working with the world, co-creating with the universe. And so when the time comes for your person to actually come back, that's what will happen. And, in the meantime, just focus on yourself. Because what I'm seeing is that there's definitely a higher commitment or a higher kind of soulmate relationship here with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. And so what I'm seeing is really just focus on yourself. Keep doing what makes you happy. Keep generating that light that makes you you. And focus on you in the world. And whatever needs to happen will happen in the right time. Perfect divine timing. All right. I think I'm going to post this after all. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If this message resonated with you, please comment. I would really love to have my first comment because I would really love to know whether these messages are resonating with you. And, don't forget to like and share this video so that others can find this space. Thank you.